But another story about Six Axis that has to do with dragons, because dragons, topical, is did anyone ever play Lair on PS3? That was an early PS3 game that was fairly interesting. And it was very much it was like a traditional 3D spaceship shooty game, only it was with dragons and you could stomp around and eat people, and that was fun. But the problem with it is they were trying to use it to push the Six Axis, so when it launched, the only controls were using Six Axis. And that was fun for about 10 minutes until you realise it made doing anything 10 times harder. And there's this one bit in the game in particular, which is kind of like a stealth section where you have to fly between these searchlights, and good god, it was annoying enough when they patched it to give you analog stick control. Trying to do that with the Six Axis, oh god, that would have been all kinds of hell. But they did actually patch it later on to let you use the analog sticks, but why didn't they make that feature to begin with? I'll never know. It was probably Sony pushing for it. I can't imagine anyone who play tested that thought, oh yeah, Six Axis is a great idea. But I beat the dragons while I was talking about unrelated things. That's what's gonna happen, okay? I'm gonna be just... It was relevant to dragons and vibration. There we go. Ah, the Kineticlops level. Isn't that a great name? Kineticlops. If anyone knows if Kineticlops is based off something, tell me, because I've always... It's probably based on something, but I've never actually seen them. Oh, this is cool. You see, that one scene was probably cooler than the entirety of Electro's appearance in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh, Amazing Spider-Man, how pointless you are. You know. Because, you know, I grew up with the original Spider-Man movie trilogy thing. And when I say original Spider-Man movies, I've actually seen the much older, like, Spider-Man movies from, like, the 70s, which were terrible. You know... Oh, Spider-Man 3. One of the great mysteries is why the hell Spider-Man 3 was so terrible, but... Fun story, I discovered watching a review of Spider-Man 3 where the Enormous Penis song makes a glorious appearance. What's it called? The Unusual Suspects Spider-Man reviews are quite good and quite entertaining. You know, they're comedy reviews that are insightful as well, you know. I kind of burned out. I used to be a big Nostalgia Critic watcher, and then I burned out on him. Oh, I forgot you're supposed to smash these things to, because they keep spawning until you smash all the towers, that's right. Fuck off. Oh, and there's another... Oh god, I have to show this off. This is one of the levels that has a special feature. Oh god, I ran into the power lines. I can't remember. Does Kineticlops actually take damage if he walks into power lines? Let's try and find out. I don't think he does. That's good. That's good that they thought that. I think when you're playing as him he does, just for balance, but those guys there don't. Look, if you dive attack this button, it causes the reactor to melt down, which is a lot more which is very useful in multiplayer, of course, if you can get them to fall in. And also this thing in the middle spawns special attack energy, which is obviously very good. So you can just like spam them with special attacks. Might blow up some of the towers. God, I feel like I was talking about something. Spider-Man, right, yeah. There's also actually a trick to this level, because it starts out with these guys and then there's a boss in a moment. And I discovered a trick to make the boss slightly easier, yes. But it requires a bit of cunning. Will you fuck off, please? Oh. I should have used my crowd control ability. Games are about crowd control. I like the occasional game that's just kind of chaotic and crowd control-y, and Left 4 Dead is one of the classic examples of that. You know, just being like, oh, they're everywhere, kill them. Just, that's a bit of a stretch, that particular tangent. Will you fuck off for 2 seconds? Woo. I think there might be something else about this level I'm forgetting! Oh god. Forgetting. Oh, this thing is just the barrier that stops you leaving the air. The level, of course. Oh. Boosh! I said boosh! Why aren't you booshing hard enough? There you go, boosh. Yeah, I think when you smash those towers, they start shooting energy everywhere. God. What was I thinking of? Right. No, when there's only one more left, you want to stop everything and make preparations. Because after you smash the last tower, some shit goes down. Shit gets real. Yes, 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 come on. What you want to do with these guys is just keep them off your back while you're running around. But there's only one more tower left. Oh no! Okay, the tower has been smashed. Grab that. Yeah, right. Here's the trick. When the countdown starts, grab that petrol truck. That effect there reminded me. If you play, oh yeah, this reminds me of that boss from the Action Man game, the big plant boss. But if you ever play PS1 games, there's something very kind of analog about PS1 games I find charming to this day. Yeah, there's a certain kind of screen effect that they do. That's just fun. Right. So they shoot these things at you, and then when he opens, throw the petrol tank in there, and that immediately kills one of the heads. That is the secret to beating this boss a bit easier. Oh no, then he just fires these things at you. Oh god, run, 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 run. Think of the children. I actually think this is an easier boss than the robot guy, especially if you know that little trick. But isn't this cool how the entire level just gets destroyed and this thing spawns? This is a memorable boss, you know? This is cool. Because we're talking about boss fights, I don't think there's anything wrong with boss fights in principle. Oh, that killed him too, yeah! I'm doing really well. I think boss fights are perfectly great. The problem is a lot of games these days are first-person shooters. The first-person shooters aren't really very easily capable of providing dynamic boss fights, because you spend the entire game just shooting things from a first-person perspective. That's the entire game. So it's quite rare, I think, for a first-person... Like Painkiller. The worst part of Painkiller was the bosses, because they were lame. They were impressive to look at, but quite easy and quite boring. I think Borderlands is above average, just because Borderlands has all these various kind of abilities you can have and stuff. Oh, I've actually killed him already. That makes up for the last boss taking... oh, look! Cool guys don't look at giant plants dying, yeah. Except he kind of did, I thought. Yeah, well, it didn't look like he was at first. Also, the plant there did look a bit like the Hydra from God of War. Now that's a bloody... Oh, God of War. That entire opening section. This is just going to turn into a podcast and me talking about whatever the hell I like. That entire opening section. That was one of the best demos I've ever played. Along with War of the Monsters. See, it's tying into something I said earlier. The God of War demo where you fight Hydra. Oh my god! So good. I think the art of demos has kind of passed. You know, there was a time when I would spend the entire day just playing demos. But yeah, this is one of the cunning reuses of the robots. Now what the hell was he trying to say there? This is another level with a cool secret, but it's a bit harder to activate. If you destroy all of the buildings, an earthquake happens and half the level falls into the ground, which is quite badass, really. Excuse me, I was just gonna pick up this thing. One trick, of course, is to deliberately let them kind of pincer movement you and then use your close range special. I think the long range special does more damage, I think. Actually, I have no idea. Well, I think it might do more damage just because it kind of propels them further. But yeah, but everyone has a close range special that's pretty much functionally the same, but the long range specials are all unique, as far as I recall. Some of them aren't particularly good. Like Togura's special attack does a lot of like damage. He kind of like burps on you with poison gas, and it's not very long range. It doesn't last very long, but I think Robo's nuke is pretty cheap because you can just launch it from across the map and it does pretty significant damage. Not to mention it tends to send people flying into things. Hey, come back here. Oi. Okay, maybe I'll go after him. I'm trying to get up to this. Who's attacking me? Hello. Oh, you're on fire, are you? Boosh. Let me turn up the heat. No. You dropped the impaley thing. Oh, this guy's nearly dead. Get him. Hey, get him. Ah, I like when they die. If if they die with something impaled on them, it stays there when they die. I always like that. Oh, this is the great music. Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, it's actually I remember there's that little kind of documentary trailer thing you get if you beat the game with the dragons or the alien guy. There's an alien guy. Reminds me that I should play Destroy Humans on the channel one day, but that little documentary making of thing was actually quite cool. It showed a bunch of guys who clearly looked like they were having fun making an awesome video game. God, War of the Monsters. War of the Monsters isn't the most common game. I think it might cost you a few quid. I haven't actually looked into it in a while. I think it might cost a few quid because tragically less than everyone bought a copy of War of the Monsters. It's like another underrated party game is Mashed, especially Mashed Fully Loaded, which is like a marginally improved. It was quite a strange thing. It was like a marginal update to the original game, which just had a couple of new maps and stuff. But get Mashed in some format or other, and 4-player driving stuff. Again, alcohol makes it better, but I think Mashed takes a bit of explaining for people to get into. But if you have an entire room full of people who love Mashed playing it, oh my god, so good, so good. I really want to play Mashed now. It's not the same with bots though. Like playing Hitman, I think it's called Hitman, is a great mode, but playing it with bots, they're too dumb to understand that they shouldn't suicide themselves trying to kill you. That reminds me of Mercenaries. In Mercenaries, they would kill themselves and firing their rocket launchers at point-blank range, which would kill you, but it would kill themselves too. And I'm like, Jesus, how much are they paying your families to make that seem like a good idea? It's always just kind of a gamey thing for an enemy to kill themselves trying to take you out. God, I'm wondering if I'm halfway through now. I might be. Yeah. Look at me, making progress. Hasn't even been an hour. Oh, look at that picture. I'd imagine all those credits are obviously the people who worked on it, or just some made-up names. This feels like a passion project to me, okay? How do you start playing and things get smashed? Boosh, boosh, boosh. Oh yeah, that's like a counter. There's like a counter move, which is not particularly useful, and I almost never bother with it. Dark Souls, this ain't. Yeah, once again, I was just kind of standing there. There's absolutely no reason why. Oh look, there's flying saucers. Or as they're dumbly referred to, UFOs, except they're not unidentified because they're flying saucers. They're alien spacecraft. That's identified. We know what they are. Neil deGrasse Tyson spelled this out for you ages ago. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh god, I need to kill myself. But there's a way to beat this level in like 10 seconds. Because if you go over there and get them to stand under the building as it falls over, you can kill them just immediately. And even if you kill yourself, you have more than one life, so it doesn't matter. I like how the UFOs move around. They kind of dart. They move in a very distinctly different way to the thing. Here's the Titanic, as I always call it. And it's another thing where you smash it and then you get some big pieces that don't break and you just throw them. And they're really fun to hit people with. Oh, I didn't actually mean to meet. Oh, God. I hit myself with my own projectile. That's a common problem in my love life as well. But this is the volcano, which spews lava everywhere, and actually isn't very good. Yeah, one of the other strangely underwhelming unlockable levels is just a volcano level, which is almost exactly like this, except it doesn't have the buildings or the ship and the UFOs. Well, the UFOs aren't in it just for multiplayer, but again, it's so weird. I've almost never seen anything like it, where there's just, you unlock things that have no purpose. Really, the best things to get are the new characters, and even they aren't actually particularly good characters. Just the dragon's really cool because he can fly around, but he's not actually the best character. That's probably the best thing about him. What the hell? Can I throw his own head back at him? This is like his weird special ability where he makes a giant head that blows up when he throws it at people, but I think he can throw it back at him. Nope, that takes giving new meaning to giving people head, etc. Yeah, Magmar is one of the worst characters I've always thought. He has a good special, but he's one of the characters. Most characters, if you tap square a lot, they will punch people at the end of the combo and send them flying, but Magmar doesn't do that, I think, which is actually quite lame. He's cool though. He's a rock monster, so that's obviously cool. God damn it, Kieran, get round it. Oh, I've been grabbed! But if someone grabs you, what you do is you spam the buttons so that they lose all their energy and drop you. Oh, fuck bollocks. Fuck bollocks. Imagine going on holiday in this bus and then just a giant robot grabs you and throws you at a rock monster. Boosh! Smack him! Oh, oh no! No, I'll rust! Cursed people. Oof. I'm surprised how much fun I'm having just marathoning this for you. I hope it's been generally interesting. You know, I think it was one of those things that took a while for me, for the banter to kind of get into the flow of it. Why am I attacking this guy and the other guy's closer to dying? I don't know. Oh, up, 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 up. Where's the other guy? There he is. Oh, I think he was trying to get some health, the fiend. No. Ah, bastards. I'm running out of things to say other than I'm currently sucking. Oh, 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 no, don't grab the tiki mask. There's a tiki mask thing up there, which isn't actually very good, but it's cool. No. To hit the volcano. I may not have actually explained what the volcano does before. It sends out these lava rocks that home in on people. That doesn't do an awful lot of damage, but does set them on fire. Plus, you're just killing them with a volcano. What's not to love? Boosh! Ah, you cheeky bugger. Oof. Die! 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 Ugh. If I can hit him with my special, it should kill him. Ugh. No! No! Mine! Mine! Oh! I saw you were going. I have my special yet, damn it. No! Ah. Fucking... I'm not as good at this as I used to be, evidently. I'm glad I didn't try to play it on hard. I considered doing that. I thought maybe easy will be too easy, and I realised, no, I'm sucking. So I'm glad I didn't do that. Oh, is that him down? He's down! You could see there, he was alive when he was flying through the air, but then the impact of the ground is what killed him. I like that. I like that you can, like, survive being hit, but then the ground actually impacts you. It's so kinetic and fun. It doesn't matter that it's not particularly balanced at times. It's just hilarious. It's wonderful. You must surely know by now whether or not you want to play this. Ah, and this is probably the most overt reference to the Japanese movies. Someone explain what that text says there. I've never bothered to... Well, I can't Google it very easily, can I? I was just about to say, I should try Googling it. I'm like, how? Like, even the way they move is like an action figure. He's got a giant sword that's bigger than him. It's a Buster Sword. And yet another level with a unique environmental effect. Hang on, you see there's a giant UFO over there. I call it UFO, I'm so sorry. There's a giant flying saucer over there. And if you hit it, it shoots the water, which causes a massive tidal wave, which knocks everybody over if they don't get out of the way. Abrupt ending! Yes, here's some unexpected fun news. Around this point in the video, the recording completely cocked up. So, for about 20 minutes, I was talking to myself, and I ended up finishing the game as I'd planned to, but I have that audio, but there's no video for it. So this is brilliant, especially considering the marathon nature of the video that I was trying to go for, as I've mentioned. So yeah, if I want to actually finish War of the Monsters for the channel, I'll have to replay the last few levels all over again. That's fun. But I do have like 20 minutes of me talking to myself with no video to accompany it, and if I say so myself, I thought some of the banter was decent, so I'll probably end up uploading a like super special bonus crap video, which isn't a video at all, but just an audio recording of me talking to myself, blissfully unaware that the recording has cocked up. So in summary, the hardcore people who want to listen to all my meaningless, terrible jokes that I ever make, even if they don't have any video, there you go. There should be an annotation for that extra bonus, completely not recommended, but it's there if you want it video. And in the future, I hope to get round to re-recording the last few levels of War of the Monsters, just because it's kind of personal now. This is the biggest recording cock-up since a certain infamous Legend of Grimrock incident a few years back. But yeah, that really is a bit of a downer, but what can you do? All I can... It's just typical that this would happen the one time I'm trying to marathon something from beginning to end, isn't it? Isn't it just typical? Well, I hope you've enjoyed what was so far, and as I said, there will be more if you did. If you didn't, no one's forcing you to keep watching. In fact, why are you still listening to this? Clearly you hate me. Go and watch something less terrible. My feelings don't count for anything, apparently. You jerk.